anyway, back on the road again and getting a tire fixed, which I lost yesterday, had a flat. This truck weighs so much that it doesn't take much to blow a tire. I think I'm at 8,800 pounds. I need to be in a box fan or go back home every time I need to get a different set of tools. Yeah, we're gonna go tear out a floor. This morning I gotta go get materials for that. And we got to tear out the floor and put it back in, put in flooring, go underneath, put the insulation in. Yeah, it's interesting time. I hope I don't come across as a negative person at all, depressed and doesn't think there's any solution. I enjoy my life. I like being able to help people and to go and step into their life and make things better, even in a stressful time. I don't always get paid. Sometimes they choose to not pay me. And even on YouTube comments, they go like, oh, you're not doing this right or that right. You know, what they're talking about, these are guys who may have their own business, but most of the time work for other people, and they charge far more than I do. And the fact of the matter is, most of the time, these people who are not even in middle class could not afford them. And that's why they don't do work for the kind of people that I do. I would do work for the high-end people too, but I don't focus on that. I don't know that I should. I think, so this is what I would say. It's better to make money, whatever amount, and spend it so that the money works for you, instead of you always working for the money. So look at how you're spending and see if you can spend money so that it will make money for you and it will work. For me, if I just focused on decks, what would I do in the dead of winter? If I just focused on metal roofs, what would I do in the dead of winter? Oh, well, you make so much money during the rest of the months that you don't care. You just sit around. So what I did was I started making my skill level get higher and higher. Different things that I do become just another avenue for me to stay busy. Even in the dead of winter or in the pouring rain, there are things that I can do. And don't get me wrong, I'm a decent mechanic. I could just stop and just do mechanic. I'm not going to work on any of the new cars. I could. I don't want to. I just think I'd stay on the stuff that I think was probably the last of the good Chevrolets and Toyota up till just recently, where they start blowing head gaskets in between the cylinders. Too much electronics, guys. Your phone has built-in obsolescence. So does your vehicles now. They figured that out, and they don't want you to work on it. Ask John Deere. They don't want you to work on it. They want to be able to work on it and charge you whatever they want. Like Case, it was a friend of mine that I went by to see him, and he was talking about his Case. It has a solenoid cinder. It's a solenoid. It's about the size of my finger. It has 2 wires on it. They want $500, $500 and something, almost $600. Now he said, what am I, going to do, man? This is crazy. I said, well, you think it's made in China? He said, probably. We'll find out who's making it in China and buy it from them. These companies, corporations, again, they start looking at just how much money can they make instead of how can we keep our customer. Where is customer service? I guess that's the thing you should ask. Where is that at? We don't care about customer service, or it's just not worth it. So you're okay because you figure, well, if we don't make our money now, we're going to be like the horses whenever the trains came in, or cars, or we're going to be like the guy who brought block ice. So if the guy who brought block ice for your refrigerator, if he was rude and charged too much, would he have been the first one to go? So if you want to be the first one to go, just don't have any customer service. Don't be nice to people. Don't think about other people, corporations. Just don't. You'll be the first to go if you're going to go. And people eventually have to learn that you can't count on a corporation to take care of you. You're going to have to get down to the community, and whoever's in your community has to have a conscience to do, you'll like finding a good mechanic. You got to find a good repair person, somebody who has a conscience. It still might be painful financially, but you shouldn't have to have payments on it to come fix your air conditioner. I mean, look at the way video players used to be, VHS, and TV repairmen, where they were charging so much you could just go buy a new one. They just got too high. Now, a VCR player is pretty complex, but most of these guys knew what to do. They just thought, well, I can charge that, and now they don't have work. Everybody just bought more, another one. It's doing that with cars now. The idea is, well, the customer will just keep. The problem is the cars are too high. You can't keep buying. You're never going to make it. You're never going to get off that treadmill. You're never going to have a paid-for car the way they're making them. And they're wanting to have benefits like heated seats as on a subscription, whatever they want to on subscription. If you don't pay that monthly fee, even though you got the car paid for, you see where I'm at? There's no conscience, no morals.